The IMF and World Bank just revealed something that could change everything for crypto, and most investors have no idea what's coming. While everyone's distracted by Bitcoin ETFs and the next meme coin, these institutions are quietly preparing the global financial rails. And they're using the exact language that matches three specific projects: XRP, Stellar, and Hedera. What's happening right now could decide which networks become the backbone of the new financial system, and which ones get left behind. So what exactly did the IMF and World Bank say, and why are their latest moves perfectly aligned with the technology behind these three coins? For decades, the IMF and World Bank have controlled the pulse of global liquidity. But 2025 is the first time they've openly acknowledged that digital finance, specifically central bank digital currencies, will shape the next era of monetary policy. Their official statements now mention three pillars: access, speed, and trust. That's not random, those are literally the design goals of Stellar, XRP, and Hedera. The IMF wants instant cross-border payments that settle without friction. That's XRP's entire purpose, a neutral bridge asset that connects currencies instantly, at a cost of fractions of a cent. The World Bank wants inclusion for the unbanked and low-cost remittances. That's Stellar's mission. Through MoneyGram access and global partnerships, they've already achieved near zero fees in dozens of countries. And both institutions demand accountability, governance, and compliance, which is exactly what Hedera's council model delivers, with members like Google, IBM, and Standard Bank ensuring credibility that policymakers already trust. So while most investors chase hype coins, these three networks have quietly been building the very systems global institutions are now describing, word for word. Think about this. The IMF's latest framework for CBDCs isn't about replacing national currencies. It's about connecting them, through interoperability. And what does the IMF highlight as the number one risk? Fragmentation. Without a bridge, every country will have its own closed system. That's where XRP comes in, as the settlement layer connecting these islands of digital money. At the same time, Stellar focuses on what the IMF calls digital inclusion infrastructure. It gives people in developing countries access to stable coins and CBDCs without a traditional bank. And Hedera provides the governance backbone institutions need to trust the entire system. This isn't speculation anymore. These are live technologies, already solving the exact problems the IMF says must be fixed before global adoption can happen. So when the world finally flips that switch, the rails will already be there. And XRP, Stellar, and Hedera could be at the center of it all. The bigger picture here is this. For the first time since Bretton Woods, we're watching the architecture of a new financial order being designed, but this time, it's digital. The IMF and World Bank won't be coding the technology themselves. They'll leverage existing networks that already align with their goals. XRP provides liquidity and speed. Stellar provides inclusion and accessibility. Hedera provides governance and trust. Together, they're not just coins. They're the potential backbone of the next global monetary system, one that's faster, cheaper, and more transparent than anything before. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing in this content is financial advice. Always do your own research before investing in any cryptocurrency. If the IMF and World Bank continue down this path, we could see XRP testing liquidity zones around the $2 to $3 range. Stellar revisiting the 70 cents to $1 area. And Hedera climbing toward the $1 mark. Especially if adoption frameworks for CBDCs and tokenized assets begin rolling out in the next global summit cycle. These aren't short-term pump predictions. They're long-term possibilities in a world that's shifting toward programmable money and digital infrastructure, exactly what these projects were built for. So, what do you think? Are XRP, Stellar, and Hedera about to power the next financial system, or will the IMF choose something completely different? And if you want to stay ahead of these global shifts before everyone else does, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications, because what's coming next will separate speculators from visionaries.